Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is now the week 2 review and recap. I thought there'd be a lot of upsets, Justin. There wasn't. We'll get into it. We'll get into all these games. Some fun ones, especially for our teams. Unfortunately, one went south, one went the other way. We'll break it all down. We'll get into it as another great week of football continues tonight with 2 Monday Night Football games. We'll get to those when we can. But, Justin, are you ready?
I think this is the first time in the history of the pod that our 2 teams were the 2 talks about games. Like, by far.
By far. Weird. But, are you ready?
I am ready.
Burke? Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. I be going hard every day, shooting far, NBA, NFL, on replay, MLB, major wave, other artists, minor league. I wish we could stop and see who was in your top 5. Scratch that, top 3, MJ, LeBron, and every other discussion. Cross you up while the shooter in the corner be cutting. Know I'm new to the game, call this my introduction. While these topics hitting harder than the snare and percussion. Why do all these other sports opinions always go and lack facts? Only real place left to listen? How about that?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the How About That podcast presented by Bleacherheads. You can check them out at bleacherheads.com. Also, Bleacherheads on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure to check them out. Get yourself some gear. We'll keep you updated on any new hostings of HBT gear, possibly. So we'll keep you in the loop on that. But Bleacherheads, it's getting to sweatshirt season, Zach. I was up in Maine this weekend.
Nice.
I was always in a sweatshirt the entire time, and it felt really good. Somebody I was with broke out a flannel. I was like, I don't know how I didn't think about that as the flannel guy.
I can't believe you didn't bring a flannel.
I know. I forgot. It just never crossed my mind. And that's on me. That's a hand up. That's a, 0-1 on week 1. Got blown out. Everyone's overreacting, saying, Justin's lost his touch. He doesn't have that same fall, spirit that he used to. But, we got to prove the haters wrong. So
I believe in you.
Get ready for weekend 2. I appreciate that.
There's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
I love it.
So.
I mean, this weekend, I texted you on like Tuesday. We're in this weird Indy, and I guess with the heat, Virginia too. Like, I didn't know, do I wear a sweatshirt to this game or a t-shirt and shorts? Like, the weather's been all over the place. I didn't like it. So it was.
Yeah. What'd you end up going with?
Oh, it was hot. It went with the polo and shorts. It was It was hot.
Good luck.
So it worked out.
Was the roof open or closed?
Roof was not. Made no sense. It was about as perfect of a day as you could have. So I don't know what the decision was there. It was open week 1. No roof or window open in week 2.
Is that because we're focused on, what's going on in the game and analyzing the culture and everything?
It was Jim's thing, as everyone knows. I don't know who took that role. Carly's on the field. She's focused on ball.
She, by the way. I love it. It's my favorite thing right now in the NFL. Yeah.
I love her. We can get to her later. I love her. So one of the other 2 sisters, I hopefully took it. I don't know. It's a big role, though. I mean, people wait on that tweet every week. So it's not an easy role.
I would love for one of the sisters, like in the rafters before the game with the crew that handles it, and like she's got a vest and a hard helmet on, like watching it with a clipboard and like a radio, analyzing it, and she's like the chief operating officer or something. That would be truly one of the best things I think we could see in football.
Colts Twitter, if you can see this, that would be hilarious. That'd be good content. But yeah,
that's just a good joke. That's just fun.
That's just fun. No, roof closed, but oh well. I'll take it.
Yeah. So any college football thoughts? I'll be honest. I watched nothing. I watched the South Carolina Vanderbilt game, part of that, and the end of Texas A&M Notre Dame. But I was at a wedding in Bar Harbor, so we weren't focused on football.
Actually, did watch most of the day for the first time all year. Some thoughts. Tennessee, Georgia, an all-timer. I mean, Caleb being able to be at that game, only would have been sweeter with a Tennessee win. But shocked by Tennessee's offense being able to do that. Shocked by Gunnar Stockton. I mean, that throw on 4th down was just balls. Like, that was an awesome throw. So what a great college game. And I loved it. I think both teams are playoff teams. And then you and I, not great. Notre Dame, Clemson, outside looking in. So that's tough.
Yeah. I think Clemson's more on the outside. I think Notre Dame, if they go 10-2 and those are their only 2 losses and 2 close losses, they can get away with it, but they can't lose another game.
No, that was a bad loss.
So, and they'll have some opportunities, I think, for big wins. Clemson's the big one where LSU, it's fine, but on the road at Georgia Tech, it's just like with how the ACC is starting to look this year, like a competent conference, actually, in a multi-bid conference. Losing your basically 2 get out of jail free cards this early on is not a good place to be. So that's going to be a tough one for the Tigers.
I mean, Clemson still got Florida State. They still got South Carolina at the end of the year. Like, not easy.
I would assume Miami's. I don't know. Is Miami's on there? I would assume.
I mean, Miami's. They look good. The quarterbacks are. This was supposed to be one of the better classes we've had in a while. Klubnik. No one's stock has dropped more. Arch.
I think he's hurt. I hope he's hurt.
It's not looking good. Nussmeier had a pretty bad game. Sellers is all over the place. Like, Lagway threw 5 picks.
Is the worst of them all.
Like, it's just not looking good right now. So, although I did stay up late. I mean, this Cal quarterback, have you seen this guy?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Unbelievable. But he's got 2 more years, right?
Oh, yeah. But him and Underwood, like, this could be like the 1-2, like RG3, Andrew Luck type.
Yes.
Like, that's a lot. But, like, these two, Bryce played really well, looked good. I'm not worried about Bryce. This kid might be better. He is unbelievable. I love him.
And it's one of those things where, I don't know, there's a lot of conversations about, high school recruiting and everything.
Yeah. He was supposed to go to Oregon, right?
I don't know. I don't know the background of it.
I think he was committed to Oregon and flipped to Cal, I think.
And was it an NIL thing?
Yeah, or just maybe the ability to play. I mean, it was probably, hey, you can play right now. Because Dante Moore looks good at Oregon, so he wasn't playing there.
But is he going to stay at Cal, or do you think he...
I want him to. Like, Brent brought this up. Like, Cal would be a sick place to be good at football. Like that.
You would be a legend. You would be a legend in there forever.
Like, good stadium. Seems like good crowds. Like, now that
and
the
also
ACC.
the ACC.
I know, man.
Said
they
it
could
at the
do
same
it.
time.
They could do it. Yeah, I think we need to be Cal
you can
guys.
You can go, and also with the amount of talent in California, if you're receivers and you're like, or an offensive, and you're like, hey, we got this guy for the next couple. Like, I'm going to Cal. And with the NIL and the transfer portal, you can build a team. We're seeing what Texas Tech's doing. Like, you can build a team around these guys.
That's the other team I watched. And look, big noon, Saturday afternoon in Utah. It's going to be a test. It's going to be a test for our guys.
Well, Zach, you misspoke. It's Saturday morning, and I don't think that we can be judging Texas Tech or Utah with a 10 a.m. I think it's 10 a.m., maybe even 9 a.m., but at least 10 a.m. local time kickoff. That's the most absurd thing I've seen in a while.
And look, you're not going to hear it from our guys because they're to go out. They just do their job, right? If they do fall short, I don't think it can be talked about enough.
You're not going to hear it from our guys. You're going to hear it from us.
Correct. Yes, as the Texas Tech. I actually may clip that. We need to clip this. As Texas Tech fans this year, we love being rich. We love this team. If they do somehow lose Saturday, it has nothing to do with their season. It is they're being put. Like you said, a 10 a.m. kickoff. Like, what are we doing here?
It has to do with the media taking over the sport.
Mm-hmm. Does the media not want to see Texas Tech in the playoffs because of their money?
That's a good question. And if Utah loses, we won't have to ask it. Yeah. But if Texas Tech loses, we will have to ask it.
Like, go find some oil, man. That's our fault. That's our fault. Yeah. We have proud members in the community and alumni that are pouring their money back into the program. That's an issue now.
At what point, and it's specifically to Big Noon Kickoff, do boosters come together as a conference and buy out a media contract? Will that ever happen in college football?
Yes. The SEC will. You can't say no to anything of will this happen in college football. The answer is always
very
yes.
true.
But
because there's going to be somebody in the message boards with a lot of oil money saying us playing at 10 a.m. is the reason we're not going to make the playoffs right now. So, which is a totally fair take.
You and I are saying it.
Yep.
So, great week.
What'd you think about the drop place kick for Notre Dame?
I didn't like a lot of the things Notre Dame like that. I don't like it. The more important thing with Notre Dame is what you and I pointed out 2 seconds into the game starting week 1. When they flipped the camera to the sideline, and you and I saw a guy a lot closer to you in your life than it was at mine, but I know everything that you know at this point about the thing that you love, so I knew right away too. That's Chris Ash.
That's Chris Ash.
What a horrific hire. What, like Marcus Freeman. Look what they did last. Like Notre Dame was a defense you feared.
Yep.
Marcel
and they still have
Reed,
those guys.
The players are there. Like Marcel Reed puts up 40. No, it's all Chris Ash. Like I don't even know. Like, is this like enjoyable for you to watch? Are you like, I told you so? Like, what do you even feel watching this?
I hate him so much that like I'm mad because he's ruining a program. And I'm not even a Notre Dame fan, but I like Notre Dame. Like anytime he he is so disliked in my eyes.
Yep.
I think he might be the most disliked coach or like player that's not like related to a rivalry I've ever experienced.
That's saying something.
And anytime I look at him, it's like, I hate you. You know? And so I don't cheer for it. It's like I have to be around you. It's like if something happens, you know, or whatever, like you hear stories about like relationships that broke up, and it's like if the ex-girlfriend walks into the bar, the guy just leaves because he's like, I can't even be in the same space.
Can't do it.
And that's how I feel. I'm sitting, Zach, in a bar in Bar Harbor, Maine. One of the 2 establishments that are open past 9 p.m. there. Fun fact.
Love that.
With a bunch of people I don't know at all.
Correct.
It's just me and another Virginia Beach guy and like a bunch of people from not Virginia Beach, Islander,
Sure.
and Chris Ash pops up on the screen, and I'm in the back.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, dude, I'm in the back, like we're on this patio. It was a great scene to watch college football. We're on this patio. I'm kind of in the back, and I just go, I hate that guy. I just got an impulse, and everyone just kind of turns their head and looks at me. They're like, "What?" And I go, "That guy ruined my childhood," you know. And I don't even part of me, I'm like,
people.
I don't. And also, it was such an impulse reaction. Like it wasn't like let me think, should I say this or not? It was he popped up on the screen like you said, and you're just, it comes out of you. So
how did he get there? How did he get back to this point of relevancy?
He was at Ohio State.
Not as like a main coordinator, like a position coach?
I think he might have been the DC. He's a co-DC, I think.
Well, because the guy who left for Jim Knowles left for Penn State. He was the head DC.
Yeah. Because I know he went, or was he at Texas? It was one of the 2.
Texas sounds right.
So he went. Okay, wait, yeah, he was at. I thought he went back to Ohio State, but no, he went from Ohio State, obviously, where he was a coach at Rutgers. Then he went to Texas. Then he went to the Jaguars as a defensive back. Then he went to the Raiders with Josh McDaniels. I mean, that might have been the most.
That explains
the
a lot.
2022, yeah, Raiders might have been our least favorite thing. Antonio Pierce did not retain him a day after getting the job. And then he goes to Notre Dame after being a scout with the Jaguars. He was hired as a defensive coordinator. So he hasn't coached since Josh McDaniels on the Raiders.
Wow, this just fell into his lap. That's gross. Well, it's good. It's costing them potentially a playoff spot. So, I mean,
Yeah,
Baker, nope, he's down.
His Wikipedia picture too just makes him looks like Chris Ash. Like it looks like, oh, that's the guy who's like stinks. Yeah, that looks like him. So there's my Chris Ash drama for the weekend.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. Let's get into Sunday. Caterpillar wise, we've got 2 games left on the board. We are on different sides on one of them. We are both on the Bucks. I have you at 10-4 this week. I have myself at 12-2. Got a bump from the Ravens with that blowout. So I moved up to 12-2. So as of now, that puts us at a tie.
Yeah,
I have the
lost it immediately.
I have the Bucks upset though potentially, and and then we've got the matchup between Raiders and Chargers. So anything could happen here heading into week 3.
So either we stay pretty much tied, or I guess I could be up. Okay, you can go a lot of ways.
Push up 1 or down 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yep.
Or I guess I could be up 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I got saved on I didn't realize it until I opened up this morning my book. I forgot I picked Dallas as my blowout, so I got saved from a point going the opposite way.
Wow, I forgot about that too.
Yeah, that could have been bad. So that was a lucky save.
No, I forgot about that too. Yeah, but
so
interest. Like I said, not a lot of Not a lot of upsets like we thought, or like I thought. I was way wrong on that take. But there were some good games. So let's get into it. What was your favorite watch of the weekend?
Well, Zach, we mentioned it. We had talked. There was kind of two games that stood out to everybody that everyone's talking about, both of ours. So I'm going to pick yours. I'm going to pick yours, Denver versus the Colts. Now, we had said going in that this is almost like my Super Bowl matchup, HPT Super Bowl matchup, in terms of quarterback play. And I think it went my way. I think both
you're hosting
quarterbacks
two Lombardis.
Really, yes. We are. Both sides are coming out with the trophy right now. That first quarter by Bo Nix made some great plays. Then Daniel Jones, obviously, I'll let you talk about him, but the guy's just unstoppable right now. So just an entertaining game that obviously came down to the end. You guys don't need to hear my opinions on it. So, Zach, I'm going to hand it over to you.
That was a blast. That was an absolute blast. It's our first time being 2-0 in 16 years, which is just an insane statement. I know it's not insane saying it to you as someone who's been 0-2. Like we both are usually 0-1 or 0-2. You guys are like you have the stat the other way.
Yep.
Like having been 2-0 in 16 years, it really hit me on the walk home. I'm like, I'm just gonna enjoy this. Like I'm so happy right now. Like I'm never happy watching this team. Let's get the bad out of the way first. One of the worst mismanaged end of the games I've ever seen. Shane, who's usually a good game manager, so it was shocking to me. Just insane what he was doing to settle for a 60-yard field goal with a rookie kicker or a kicker who's never really been in the league when you had 3 timeouts and we had a full minute.
Yep.
That was insane. And I don't want to hear, like, did he not trust Daniel? Like, there's nothing Daniel's done to not trust him to even just roll out and make a play there. So I think I'd be alarmed if it was. I think he was just so obsessed with hitting an explosive run like we had been, he just got tunnel vision. I think that's just what happened because it made no sense.
Yeah. Real quick, on that point, I was also very confused because you're also like you needed to win the game. It would be one thing if it's like, hey, it's a tie football game. Yes. If this we'll just kick it and we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is a guy who wasn't hitting these kicks in warm up, let alone when the game's on the line. So that's where it felt a little weird, and I think the blame needs to go to Steichen because, I don't care if you don't trust Daniel Jones, and if that's his reasoning, so be it. That means that you trusted this kicker in this situation more who had kicked 9 field goals, going up. So it was just a little confusing. So I wanted to say that part. No,
you're right. And I really don't think it's not about trusting Daniel because we'll get into that. I think he just got tunnel vision, realized, oh, shit. I mean, there's a video of Carly on the headset. You could see her reaction on 3rd and 7 to the call. She noted it down, which I would pay billions for that notepad. Like no one could believe it. The guy missed the kick by 10 yards. He didn't even make it out of the end zone. Then it flips. It's the biggest emotion of sad to happy I've been in forever. The Colts are 2-0. Daniel Jones. Let's just talk about Daniel Jones. I just love this guy. I just absolutely love this guy. Apparently after the game, he's ripping beers with the fellas too. He's just a dude. I just want a dude at quarterback, and that's what he is. And like he is a career 61% completion thrower against the blitz. That's how he is. Under pressure, when you actually get to him, he's at 49% career, right? So the thing with Daniel is just get to him and it's over. He is completing 72% of passes when pressured right now, and teams are blitzing us every play. Denver and Miami both have just basically said, you're Daniel Jones, we're going to blitz you until you're dead, and you're going to make a mistake. And it has been the complete opposite. All I want is for teams to blitz us. Like, there's this ridiculous stat, like he's thrown to his first read on like 95% of passes. I'm like, that's because he's getting blitzed, and there's one guy, like, it's not like he's not working through the progression. He has to get the ball out. And he's been, I think what's been underestimated about Daniel leaving New York, this guy is a Duke guy. He's a genius. Like, his ability pre-snap to process and command, put us in the right spots, and then make the real play once it's the ball snapped, has saved the Colts so many yards and plays. It's why we haven't punted. This whole stat everyone's doing, even though we've had 2 turnover on downs. But yeah, we haven't punted. It's nuts. Like, we are getting downfield because Daniel Jones is putting us in the right spot every effing play. I love this guy. I cannot believe I'm sitting here in week 2 saying I love this guy. But why would I not? I mean, Tyler Warren completely unlocked the offense. Like, he's a bona fide, he might be a top 5 tight end in the league. Like, he's insane. All the pieces are working. And it's a blast, man. Like, I love watching offense that just flows. Like, there's a sense of confidence in this team right now and in the offense that I haven't seen since Phil Rivers. Like that's what it feels like to me right now. The vibes, the
17?
command of the offense, 17, everything, dude. Like maybe Colts quarterback should just wear 17 because we're confident, we're composed, everyone knows their job. And it's just amazing to see when football is operationally sound like this. Defense was bad. Our defensive ends are terrible. Xavier Howard looked like a 34-year-old guy we picked off the street 2 weeks ago, which we did. Like, there's issues on defense, but I don't know, man. This team, I'm starting to think we can win the division, and I'm excited. Really fun game. Credit to Denver. They should have won. I mean,
yeah.
And Daniel threw at Pat Surtain the second most he's ever been thrown at in his career, and we completed 7 of 9 passes against him. Like, he kept throwing at him. I'm blown away by him. I'm blown away.
Yeah, 17, 18, 19, the three-headed monsters of Colts quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But
oh my God. How did you even come up with that?
I don't know.
Your ability to throw in a Johnny Unitas comment every other episode is unbelievable. I don't understand it.
I honestly, I get him out there a lot. I saw a guy when I was wearing an Indianapolis shirt, and I had actually the exact same Giants shirt. And it was the Indianapolis skyline with a bunch of Colts names, and Johnny Unitas was one of the big names on it. And I started laughing. I looked around and it was just Abby and another girl, and I was like, I'm not even gonna explain it.
Yeah,
to
they
them,
can't.
how
just laugh at
funny
yourself.
this shirt is. Anywho, so yeah, I think that. First of all, Daniel Jones is just a guy. One of the funniest things to watch through all of this is his New York media training in Indianapolis. Like every time he answers a question, it's like he's addressing the New York media, and there is a difference. Like I think that people don't realize he can say whatever he wants there, probably, and it not really do anything. But in New York, you literally can't give legit answers because that's gonna be taken and run with.
Yeah,
so
it's a real
that's
thing.
been funny to watch. I just think the most impressive thing and the thing about the blitzing rate and whatever, and whether that's coaching, whether that's just the change of scenery, whether it's the confidence that he's getting from the building, I don't know what it is, but it completely changes the way that defenses have to play you, because not only is the blitz in the past affect Daniel Jones, it also helps the run game, stop the run defense. Now if you're blitzing and it's not working, okay, we'll just run with Jonathan Taylor, who is looking like the Jonathan Taylor of old right now.
He looks unbelievable.
He also, the thing about Daniel Jones is he's hitting every single level of passes. He's throwing the deep ball a couple of times to keep you honest. He's hitting those 10 to 20 yard passes, and then he's also, if he needs to just dink and dunk, he'll dink and dunk. So it's just, whenever I'm watching Colts games right now, and it honestly stands out to when you're watching other teams, and it's not like every team isn't doing this. Like,
sure,
it maybe is half and half, but there is something when you watch offenses where you don't know where the ball is going to go, right? Like when you're watching the Eagles, we'll get into them, but it's like, it's going to be a run or basically like a pass to the line of scrimmage. And you just know that. When you're watching the Colts, you don't know where the ball is going to go. You don't know what level of the field it's going to be at. It makes it a lot harder to defend. And if Daniel Jones is able to keep this up, it's just going to make everyone else on the offense better around him. And I think Tyler Warren's a big addition. He's already got more receiving yards than your guys' best tight end last year.
All of last
year. And that's one thing that Daniel Jones never had in New York, was like a solid tight end, because Darren Waller, I don't even know what he did. So I don't know if that's kind of what's helping. It's been truly a blessing to watch. I'm happy for him. And I just think that it's 2 major tests that you pass. It's week 2. Is there going to be a regression? Sure, maybe. But also, that he can do this now in this offense. And I think that's the biggest thing. So
I think the last step, I've seen it, people say it, and I guess it's true. Like the last step is just like, okay, make sure we're not the Saints. Like, let's go to week 3. Just do it one more time, although this is way different than the Saints. But
it's so different.
It's so different.
It was
people just
all
don't want to believe in this.
Plays. Yeah,
people can't believe it was Rashid Shaheed just scoring every other play. On the explosive plays, my last point is I hope the Colts extend Alec Pierce in the next 2 weeks. I think Alec Pierce is a player that if we let him hit the free agency market, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Ravens, the Eagles, and the Packers would call, because he changes your offense, even if it's the 9th guy you would bring up in the scouting report. He takes the defense off the top, so they have to worry about him. He made a huge catch. He makes timely blocks and timely plays. And then on 3rd and 6, when we're driving for that game-winning field goal, he beats Pat Surtain across the field for a catch. Like, he's become more than just the downfield guy. But if you don't have a player like that scares defenses and makes you respect him off the top, it just changes things. So he is such a just appreciated player in this offense, and I really hope we extend him, because I don't know what the comparison or what the deal looks like. I can't imagine it would be that much. But I think he needs to get paid because he's a player that every team needs.
Yeah, I think we've long on that. How about that podcast said Alex Pierce is an important piece, and it's awesome that he's option 4.
Yeah, yeah,
and that's great. Like that is truly a great thing to see. And I think another thing is we haven't even seen Daniel Jones need to use his legs. I know he has rushing touchdowns, but it's sneaks. Like he literally hasn't ran one time, and I think that shows a lot too of just the confidence that he has back there. I don't know. Maybe it was the dimes dive. The dimes dive. I love that. I've been watching. I'm on Daniel Jones' TikTok right now. I've like saved maybe 4 of them just to have. I'm liking all of them. It is good to see. I think there are some Giants fans who are annoyed by it. I just don't know how you could be. And I'm just happy for him. So I hope it continues.
You would have appreciated that they did the starting lineups this week. He ran out there. You would have been emotional. It was a bought in city. It was a bought in city for 17.
Good. I mean, when I'm getting Justin Band sending me text messages about Daniel Jones, that means I know that the city's bought in. So,
yeah.
Good to hear.
Yep,
good to hear.
Well, my favorite watch, not to be like the nepotism pod or something here. It's like, oh, you two are just going to talk about your own teams for 30 minutes.
It's the only time, every podcast I've gotten on, it's been these 2 games. These were the only exciting games of the weekend, you could argue.
And this one is also an all-timer, and you just were on the wrong side of it, unfortunately, so I'll let you start. But, man, what a watch. What a watch.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was going to add this, but when you said it's an all-timer, and it just stinks you're on the other side of it. A great New York Giants Twitter thing is, we always lose these long kick games. The one time we didn't lose by the kick was the 40-yarder against New England. That would have given us Drake May.
The one you needed to lose.
Yeah, so it's just funny that the way the Giants are. Yeah, the game was awesome. It showed the talent that we have. Russell Wilson, that was exactly why I wanted him to come in here, was his ability to just hit these shots and just kind of manage the game. Get the ball to other people. Malik Neighbors was awesome. Wandale is turning his 6th highest yard. Fun fact, we have the 2, most passing yards in the NFL right now. This is the only podcast in America, I think, that the 2 hosts have the 2 leading passers in the NFL.
That's insane. Just as we predicted.
Exactly. Just as we predicted. Everyone knew all along it was going to be those 2. But we find a way to lose, and it was weird. I was watching this game as I was driving through Boston, trying to get to the airport, and just I don't know how I got there safely, but I did, thank God. A lot of ups and downs, but the entire time I was sitting there, and I felt like my father, and I was just like, we're gonna lose this game. And we did, and I sent it. I tweeted. I was like, I've seen this movie before. They go down the field.
That was before the movie even happened.
That was before the movie even happened. Yeah, it was like a trick, and they're like, then what they score, we're down, and I'm like, and then we score in 20 minutes. Like, oh, we did it. They're gonna, and then they immediately go down and get it. And I think my biggest takeaway from this game is, okay, we lost again, but it's the same exact conversation that we had last week. Coordinators that were terrible, that have been terrible, and bad coaching, bad discipline. The 2 stats that I want fans to know about this game is, let me pull them up. Number 1, the Giants had 14 penalties for 160 yards. They had another 7 that were declined or offset, so 21 penalties. They also lost 213 yards of actual yardage when you factor in the swing on positive offensive plays, i.e. they lost 48 yards of field position on the penalty on the opening kickoff, things like that. And then also, Bowen has been the defensive coordinator for 19 games in the end. We've averaged 25 points per game against us. We're the worst rated run defense. We're the worst rated everything. And I think that just goes to, we have had 2 bad coordinators that everyone knew were bad coordinators. They're still there. Undisciplined football. We have the talent. And I was thinking about it today where it's like, man, we have a lot of talent. And I got to give Joe Shane credit in certain areas. But we also just have the lack of talent in the most obvious places. I mean, James Hudson, that sequence in the beginning, I've never seen anything like it in football. So,
never.
As a Giants fan, I think I'm a little more emotionally removed because I was just like, I can't buy into this right now until it changes. But it's just like, my God, there's truly nothing like this team. We just find the most obnoxious ways to lose, the newest ways to lose. The first time in NFL history that a kicker hits a a game-tying field goal when time expires and a game-winning field goal as time expires in the same game. We love to do that, and it's just frustrating because I just know that eventually they're going to pull the Jackson dart card out, and I need him to look great for my future, but I also know that if he looks great, it seals Dabble and Shane for a little bit. So that's the New York Giants side. Dallas-wise, Dak is awesome.
I know.
Like
he is, man.
He's George awesome. Pickens there, like everyone's talking about how great he is. CD looked good, but like Dak, we're not giving Dak enough credit right now for the way he was managing that game. I was like, just the breakdown, the way he just, sauced us up. Now Shane Bowen gave him a lot. That 120-yard play, every single Cowboy was open. But Dak played great defensively. I just think that they're not there defensively. Bland was out, which hurt them a lot. And I just think that they're lacking a lot of things defensively. So I walked away. I think Dallas is a frisky team. They're going to be able to compete in games because of their offense. I just think defensively is why they're going to lose. So,
Cowboys first, Dak. I can't be more impressed. Like his confidence coming back from the injury. Like he's never even like you said it. The 14-2 team, he was a game manager. He is a quarterback. Like he is a dude right now.
Ball.
He's playing ball. Like this is going to be the most fun team to watch every week because their defense is horrific. But you can't stop them. Like Javonte Williams looks like he did rookie year. Like CD, Pickens, Ferguson's just a reliable tight end. The offensive line always in Dallas is going to be solid. Like they're rolling and it's fun to see. That made me sick for you that game because like Russ played so well and
he did.
Like there were just moon balls everywhere, and it's all you wanted this year. It's all you wanted this year, and you got like 10 of them in one game. And it sucks the pick happened because it really takes away from how good he and special he was. Like, and he kind of like deserved that moment to win. So that sucked. Like, and like you said, when they were lining up for that kick, no single particle in my mind thought that ball was going anywhere but straight through the uprights because you've seen it a million times. I've been sitting next to you a million times while it's happened. Shane Bowen is who I want to talk about. I hate him. It makes me sick. I would fire him today. I don't think that has anything to do with Dabble's job. Like, you need to correct this now. There is no way in hell this defense can be the 32nd best against the run when you have the best defensive tackle in the game. Justin, what are we doing? Like,
and we also have Bobby Okereke. Like, we have a great run stopper.
Great run stop. And I just complimented Javonte Williams. The Cowboys and the Commanders not going to finish top 10 in running this year. Not going to be two top 10 running teams. Maybe Jaden, but no. We for 2 years now, and I fell for it again. This year especially, I'm like, this is a top 5 defense. This is a top 10 defense. Okay, fine. If you're not going to be top 5, top 10, can you be 16th? Can you be 20th? Because I was getting pissed yesterday. There's way too much talent on that side of the ball to be 32nd. The Dolphins gave up 8 straight touchdowns and are not 32nd. Like, he should be fired immediately. I am pissed. It's not even my team. It's awful.
It was insane how many people who weren't, I think that's the thing, like, who weren't, like, in the Giants circle were tweeting about Shane Bowen yesterday and today. And it is very frustrating because it boils down to one thing, and that is scheme. Like, the talent is there. Like, these guys have been playing for so many different, and also guys are making individual plays.
Sure.
All over the field.
Yeah.
Brian Burns looked great. Kayvon, give him his credit. He looked great. Dexter was the highest rated defensive player in Pro Football Focus this week. Drew Phillips looked like a cornerback 1 out there. Like, Bobby Okereke has the most tackles in the NFL right now. And I mean, he's an average linebacker, but I'm just saying, like, he was making
He's fine.
plays.
He's not 32nd. He's not.
No. And it's just, okay, you're if you pull in all of these individual stats, you're like, wait a minute. This team, they got it on defense. And you're like, no, wait, we're literally the worst. And also, when we need the stop, you know exactly what's going to happen, that the soft coverage. I mean, Troy Aikman literally said, if I recall correctly, he was just like, why are they all of a sudden playing this soft coverage? Olsen, yeah, sorry. He was like, why are they playing this soft coverage all of a sudden? Like, everyone was like, this is, why now are we playing soft coverage? And it is very frustrating because, like, how do we not make that change now? I get it's week 2, but I think anybody anybody who's in the NFL right now can call a better defensive strategy than this. Like it can't get worse than this. No. Like Patrick Graham, credit to him, at least we were competing on defense when we had no talent.
They played hard.
No talent. Now we have maybe the most talented defense, you could argue, in football. And it's wasted. So last week I was talking about Kafka. This week it's on Shane Bowen. It's good that it's reaching outwards of – because usually with these coordinator conversations, it's within the fan base.
Oh, it's full blast.
It's good to see that it's reaching everybody. But yeah, it just sucks. It's just frustrating because – and I have to also like take into account that I asked for this. I said I just want to be competitive, and we were. And so it sucks to lose. I just think I'm so numb to this right now.
Right.
But Shane Bowen, that was the most mad I was when everybody saw Greg Olson's pointing it out. Like everyone was just like, this is Olsen. I was telling Abby, I was like, this is the best. He made one comment. I forget what it was. There was a flag or something that either was called or wasn't called. And he was just like, by the letter of the book, that should be a penalty. And then he goes, Giants fans, you're telling me you're right, and Dallas fans, you're telling me to shut up. And he goes, I just want you to know, I get it. I'm just telling you what the letter of the law is. It's like things like that where I'm like, that adds such a good element. I'm glad that he's acknowledging the fans that are watching. Yeah. So
he's the best in the game. It's not close. He was ready. Like when you watch the James Hudson clips, James Hudson, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why that. He was like ready to take him out himself. He's like, the third one, he's like, he's got to take him out. Like Dabble's looking for somebody.
How is he still in the game?
You cannot keep him in the game.
And that's another thing. And also, all camp, Zach, and this goes back to coaching. First of all, he was terribly rated in the past. He was a day one signing. All camp, everyone's talking about, like, everyone's getting annoyed, talking about how bad he is.
Yeah.
And then you put Mbo in, and all of a sudden our offense looks great. How does he make it all the way through and get the day one job just for literally the most absurd thing I've ever seen in pro football? I've never seen it in any level of football to happen, to then get the guy benched and realize, oh, wait, we have a better prospect.
I feel like that's the bad side of sports, that you pay the guy, you play the guy you play. You play the guy you pay.
Yeah.
It's effed up. Like they're always going to give those guys chances before the other ones. It's stupid.
It's just, and that goes back to coaching. Like I just don't, when you're talking penalty schemes, everything, it goes back to coaching with this team. So
okay, let's move on from our teams.
Yeah.
Tough loss though. Sorry.
Can't wait to find out what happens on Sunday night.
We'll get to that next week. Who'd you come away most impressed by this weekend?
I came away most impressed by the Bills and the Ravens. Now, we don't really need to talk too much about their game because both of them are blowouts. I asked the question going in, what is the Bills' run defense going to look like? And I know Fields got hurt mid-game, but let me real quick pull up the amount of rushing yards. They only allowed 100 rushing yards on 21 attempts. So they stifled the run. I think that's important. They dominated 30-10, probably could have been 80-10 if they wanted to. The Ravens, they come in after an emotional Sunday night loss, and it's the Browns. Flacco's coming home. It looks like everything could just be a letdown of a game. They put the pedal to the metal late in the game, and just, I mean, it was 10-3 at halftime, and they just stomped them out in the third and the fourth quarter. I personally get very impressed when the best teams act like the best teams and win these games handily. These right now, after last week, we had the conversation of are the best two teams in football. I don't think you can look at anybody else and think that they're in the same realm of possibility from what these two teams are doing. So that's why I walk away with the most impressed. I just think you have to give credit to where credit's due when great teams play great against all aspects of competition.
I totally agree. I don't think media outlets do it because they want to talk about the upset or the team doing bad. These two teams coming off the most highly entertaining game we've seen, and I don't know, pick a date, pick a time if you come up with one, and they come out the next week, one at home against a really bad team that you can let down and one on the road, and they both just go to work on them. They go to work. And I am an idiot, so I have to call myself out because I was all over the Jets. I was all over them. And then when we did the preseason show, I literally said to you, I'm like, this is the Jets' identity. And I was talking about, like, they're going to be a running team and all this. I go, the problem with that is you can only win about 7 games doing that because what happens when you get down? And then I watched them run for 300 yards, and I'm like, they're going to do it every week. And the first quarter, I'm like, they're losing by 30. They're losing by 30 because you could tell right away the Bills were not going to let them run the ball. So and if they can't, like, God bless Fields. I know he has a concussion, but they're just not going to make plays in the passing game. Like, Mitch Trubisky had more yards than him. Mitch threw one pass. Like, it's just like there's going to be games like that for the Jets, and I just need to just avoid them.
The last 2 Sundays I'm like listening to Bill Simmons live. Last Sunday was because I couldn't fall asleep after the Giants disaster, but this Sunday it was just travel. I was up, and he made the probably the funniest thing ever regarding this game. And he was just like, I was all over the Jets, and I think that gambling gaps need to be like, you do realize you're betting on Justin Fields against Josh Allen. He was like, it seemed like it was the right bet the entire week, and then the two of them walked on the field and was like, wait a minute, my money's on Justin Fields over Josh Allen. So I just want you to know you weren't the only one, and that was a hilarious comment by him that I think us football fans need to, like,
everyone needs
we
that.
Buy into one storyline, and we're like, if this happens, oh my God, and then we just buy it, and I'm a sucker for it. I do it all the time.
I picked him.
And then you come on the game and you're like, wait a minute.
Like, I borderline should lose a point for that, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I agree with you a lot. I came away the most impressed with Seattle. And I know it was a weird game, and we'll get into a play later on that kind of changed it. But, you know, you lose a bad game at home that they should have won. You go on the road to play Pittsburgh, their home opener. And you and I, in the preseason show, then after week 1, we're like, okay, yeah, JSN's taking the next step. That's sick. No one else can even sniff a football outside of him. And this week, you finally got to see what this offense could maybe look like. You had a lot of Cooper Kupp making timely catches. Elijah Arroyo, the young tight end, made plays. They seem to really want to split carries between Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. So I think
Charbonnet averaged less than a yard a carry.
Yeah, and Kenneth Walker had like 10 less carries and like 30 fantasy points.
Yeah, like it was just a funny split.
It was like, but at least they gave you an option of like, okay, here's some more things we can go to and press. Here's some more buttons we can click. Because last week it looked like there's one button and it's a good one, but that's all we got. Because the defense is going to be solid. They were again this week. Timely interception in the end zone. This was without Witherspoon as well. So to win on the road without your best defensive player, I just was impressed. Pittsburgh, they're going to be weird all year. Did you see again? I mean, the Pittsburgh defensive coordinator, like, move TJ Watt around. Again, Seattle, all of their runs were one way. All of them. To the left side. And they just ran for like 150 yards. Like, you're allowed to move the best player on the other team.
He's not just on one side. That was the exact same thing that the Jets did last week, and they also ran all over them. So it's clear as day. I don't know how you fix it, honestly, because let's say this is a question for you, Zach, because you know how to handle line of scrimmage. If I then just bring TJ Watt out and he's on the other side of the field, I mean, you just right stick the other way, you know?
Yeah,
audible the other way. Like, how does that work?
Well, you just have to make them think. That's all it is.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I'll never forget. Fair. We played Colin Miller in 3rd grade Colts Raiders. Shout out to Colin Miller. Coach Dunnick, a great coach.
Almost killed me on a kickoff return.
He was the best player besides Chan. Like, he was unbelievable. Coach Dunnick, a great coach, but Coach Dunnick always had the defense line up immediately. So all we would do is, before we called our play, my dad would turn around, see where Colin Miller was, hold up the sheet that said run the other way. And we did it the entire game. And we won.
I forgot that the coaches were in the huddles back then.
Yeah, 3rd grade, 4th grade football. He had the big laminated plays. And, like, Pittsburgh is making it that easy.
So
like,
funny.
you don't have to know where to go or what to do when you see the guy lined up one play. TJ, you could line him inside. You could put him outside. You could put him at line. Play around with them just so Seattle doesn't know every single play where this guy's going to line up. Like, you have to have some multiplicity in your defense or whatever, versatility, whatever the word is. Like, that's 3rd grade football. Like, move them around. And even if they do check to the other side, at least you're making them work. Like, this is too easy. So Pittsburgh has
they got to have 2 play calls. Well, they always have 2 play calls, but then they got to
just make them work.
You got to audible at the line of scrimmage. You got to make sure everyone hears it.
And Pittsburgh's defense has been bad. All the people they've paid and the guys they brought in, like, it's not been acceptable enough through 2 weeks. So they got to figure it out. But impressed with Seattle for bouncing back. Sorry, I went on that one.
I think that especially when you look at, as stupid as it is, the 1 p.m. kickoff across the country to go in, and it wasn't the prettiest of games, but it was different. They were given different looks. I agree. Like, it was great to get Kupp involved. And also, you know what, I know Kenneth Walker, like, I mean, Charbonnet had less than a yard per carry, and Kenneth Walker did all of it. But, you know, it was good that there was options, because then when both of them are on the field, you're like, who knows what's going to happen.
Yep.
So it talks about that versatility, making the defense think the other way. I have one thing I wanted to mention. Aaron Rodgers had a throw that in the All-22 is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But
I can't believe he can still do that. I can't believe he can still do that. He's the most natural thrower in the history of the game. That play, I think, solidified it. I'm serious. Like, I think that no one can throw a football like Aaron Rodgers. What the hell was that?
Phillip Rivers or Peyton Manning or Eli Manning was that age, they would have to try their hardest, and they wouldn't even get it 10 yards within there.
You can't even describe the torque they would have to try to get leaning forward to pull that off.
Tom Brady
sidearmed on the run.
The other
without a guy standing there. Led him into it.
Into the right spot. I think it was just a drop. Like it
was drop. Oh,
that ball in the air. Oh my God, it was.
I mean,
it was
Will
insane.
had to be like, low nostalgic on that one.
Yeah.
Had to be thinking about Scottsdale when he saw that ball be threw into the air. But that's what I got for most impressed. Let me go to most concerned. Let me just get into it. I don't know what to say about the Bears, Justin. I don't know what you and I are supposed to do on a podcast with microphones, with listeners of Chicago, with listeners of this team. Really, some of our best listeners out there. Because what we can't do is coddle them. But what you can't do is, what are we supposed to say that they don't feel? What is the optimism? Or what is the negatives that they have earned? What in the world do you say right now to Chicago people or fans that's either to make them feel better or to set in the truth if you're feeling something? What are you feeling about Chicago on Monday evening?
Yeah, it's a tough spot. You know, I think that any sports podcast that has like biases to one team, the views will ebb and flow based off of the ability of that team.
Yep.
Now, we may not have as high of an ebb and flow because of the size of our viewership, but we appreciate every single one of you.
We do. Thank you.
I'm nervous that we're gonna have to go to the likes of NFL Plus and Vizio and Caterpillar and say, hey, viewership's been down. And it's because they don't want to hear what we say, because I don't know if there is a right thing to say. I think I don't know how to phrase this, because I think the loss score-wise is a lot worse because people were trying to prove a point on the other side of the field.
Fair.
So I don't think that it was necessarily truly this much of a difference between the two sides. I think that's a thing to note. But 18 is not play. I think at the end of the day, I think it comes down to 18, and I think that sucks. I just don't see how you can point the finger anywhere else. I defensively, you know what? That's a burn the tape game. I trust the defense. I assume I wasn't able to like fully dive in, but I assume they had the injuries still that are like they're not.
Well, yeah,
fully
now
healthy.
Jalen Johnson's out for the year, it's
like that stinks. But Rome looked awesome.
Rome looks good.
His next gen chart is something that everyone needs to like. You know, every offensive coordinator needs to look at. But Caleb just hasn't figured it out yet. He had that one throw that, again, all 22 film. There's 4 Lions guys right there. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I feel like the issue with Caleb Williams is, and we talked about this on like what he's great at is extending plays and making great things happen. I feel like he's not doing that well right now because he's trying too hard, if that makes sense, to like make the great thing happen. And then on the other side, it's like we got to have the easy things work. And he's not doing that either. So I think the beauty of it, truthfully, is although it sucks, and I still believe in Caleb, like there's a little bit of time. The expectations this year were, hey, maybe we'll make the playoffs. We just want to look competent. And there's still a lot of football left, and there's still a lot of football for that to be the, the season outlook or the final picture is, hey, it wasn't the best, but we competed and we had a chance, maybe at the end to make the playoffs. So I don't think it's not all a lost cause, and we have to remember what expectations were. What sucks about it, and if we're being truthful, is you draft a guy number 1 overall who has the natural ability that Caleb Williams has, and the expectations immediately go to, this is a can't miss pick.
Yeah.
And this thing that sucks in the NFL, which they know and they've already heard, is can't miss doesn't exist in this world.
Right.
And if Caleb Williams isn't the answer, I think we'll have that decision made by the end of the year. I don't think that this extends another year. So that's the beauty of that.
Yep.
The second part is you have a coach that I still believe in.
Yep.
Who can make anybody at quarterback look good. So this is not a team, I think personally, that right now is built on needing to have the quarterback in the room. There are certain teams, like you got pieces around them offensively. I still believe that, this defense, if they get healthy, like maybe this isn't the year, maybe next year we just have to look to, can do something. And if you have to move on, there's so many options you can go to that I still think Ben Johnson can make work. So I hope that was a good message, but there isn't the right message.
There's not.
They hate everything.
I think should. You said like burn the tape. I think Ben Johnson needed this. Caleb needed this. Like, all right, this is it. This is the low moment. Like Ben Johnson, welcome to the league. You had a team that wanted to embarrass you. They did in a really bad way. They put up a 50-burger. Caleb, like I think it's time for everyone to come together, and I'm really interested to see what they look like against Dallas next week. I am because it's time to respond. Like that doesn't mean Caleb has to be perfect or great, but Ben, Caleb, they all need to respond because there's too much talent. I think the biggest issue is Ryan Poles. Like all my Bears friends are sending in texts. Like he hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler yet, which is insane. 2 of his second-round picks were inactive today. Like things that just can't happen when you're trying to build with a young quarterback. So Ryan Poles needs to go. He got extended to try to match his timeline with Ben Johnson. That never works. So he's the issue. But like you said, the Caleb and Ben stuff, I don't need to speak on. You nailed it. But I just want to see them play again because there's just no way that can be it. Or maybe they're cursed. I don't know because there's no way Ben Johnson's that bad and Caleb's that bad. So I don't know. But it was bad. It was bad. So
yeah, I feel like, Bears fans, I just want you to know you're not alone because I think we're the 2 franchises that are considered that right now. So
yeah, I mean,
we're in this together.
Yeah, like we're not going to talk about the Saints, so it's fine saying this. Like Saints are playing their asses off. Saints are had the ball in the fourth quarter, last possession to try to go win the game. Does anyone expect them to do it? No, but they're competing. Like, I know you don't win no trophy for that, but like, I wouldn't be upset right now if I was a New Orleans fan. Like, they're at least competing. So, yeah, it's frustrating for Chicago.
And I don't know why. Like, is it the locker room? Is it the coaches? I heard an interesting thing about. It was the Vanderbilt head coach, and he's just like culture's built in the team rooms, not in the locker room. And I think that's a great. Or it wasn't a locker room. He's like basically in front of the entire team. I think that's a great point. Like, how does that happen? But there are teams in the NFL where it's like, man, they're not the best, but oh my gosh, they're gonna. And Dan Campbell was the prime example of that early on before the talent came in. But I just don't know how some teams get it and some teams don't. But God bless the teams that do because I'm jealous of it.
Yep, and the Lions are a team that does, and. You and I did not overreact. We said, look, this is still a playoff team. They're going to figure this out. Are they going to score 50 every week? No, but there was way too much talent on this team. So you got a taste of it yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have much to say on them.
No, good win by them. We both called that. Not maybe to that degree, but we said it was a terrible matchup. Most concerned on your end?
I'm going to, again, the other question I asked is who gets the hype train between the Jacksonville Jaguars and Cincinnati Bengals. Fun fact, neither of them got the hype train. I think the hype train left Cincinnati and no one was aboard. What a weird game this was. I was watching the condensed version to try to get a better grasp on it. I didn't get all the way through yet, so I apologize to the listeners for not being the most prepared. It just came out like firing. Trevor Lawrence looked great early on, and then he had that bad pick in the end zone.
End zone.
I don't know. And then obviously Burrow gets hurt. Browning comes in. He throws 3 picks, but they still make it work. The Brian Thomas Jr. stuff's going on. Liam Cohen's getting shrugged off by Trevor Lawrence. Like, he's clearly being awkward post-game. It just seems like the vibes in Duval right now are terrible. And then on the other side, it's like Cincinnati, you're 2-0. Oh, my gosh, Zach Taylor's figured it out. You don't have your quarterback till right now, December. A weird game. I don't know what to think, but I know both teams, you walk away feeling worse than you do better. And I want to, before we get into the game, I don't understand turf toe. I never have. I don't get it. I remember as a kid, I think Reggie Bush got the injury, and I remember saying to myself, toe injuries shouldn't cause players to not play.
I can't believe it.
I don't get it. I heard he has turf toe and he's out like 3 months. That doesn't make sense to me, and I don't think it ever will. So
I saw turf toe and I thought he was going to play next week. I'm right there with you. I don't understand this injury. I don't understand it.
I don't know. It was probably within the last 3 years that I went from turf toe being a excuse to not play football. Like, that is a non-existent injury. Like, if you have turf toe, that means something else. To now I just don't understand it. I was a turf toe denier. Now I'm just a confused man when it comes to turf toe. So I don't get that injury at all. But I know Luthman's not happy. He said he needed a rant. I didn't get that rant yet, but
well, I would ask him what he thinks about the Andrew Luck comparisons, because I think we're getting there. I do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's an exaggeration. I didn't think we'd see anything like it again, but this is going to be Joe's 3 out of 6 years. He has missed over 6 games, and it's looking like it could be 2 years now where he's missed the season. He's getting killed. Like, injury luck is a real thing. He's got bad injury luck, but when you're taking this many hits, man, they've had nothing I think better than the 24th offensive line ever. Since he's been there. So I feel for Cincy fans. I truly have seen it. You went one step further. We made the AFC Championship. You made the Super Bowl. Like, I've seen it. And it sucks. It sucks when you're failing a guy, because they are. And I just don't know how many times he needs to get hit for them to realize it. I don't think they can survive this year. Their schedule, even if he comes back, I think at best they're 500. But what a downer when this happens early in the year. It just feels like you wait all summer for this, and you get it sucked away. So I feel for them. The Jags, they're just going to be the weirdest team in the NFL for forever. Brian Thomas, one of the weirdest games I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen someone so afraid of getting hit in an NFL game in my life.
I think that it was because of a hit. I haven't done any discourse.
Yeah, apparently it happened early.
Okay.
So he must have the yips, because I don't remember anything last year with this about Brian Thomas.
No. Did it happen last week?
Maybe. I mean, it was such a weird game. It was delayed. I feel like no one really watched it. This is one of the worst performances I've seen from a player, like, especially someone of caliber of him. Trevor Lawrence continues to make decisions that no one in the NFL can make, for better and for worse. Like, Liam Cohen, that was a weird interaction. Like, this team is so weird. How do you lose this game when Jake Browning comes in the second quarter and throws 3 picks and you lose? Like, and then the Travis Hunter stuff. It's like, you should feel Travis Hunter on the field. I'm not blaming Travis Hunter. Like, this is both, when we did this, we're like, I don't know, man. Like, you say you have a plan, but do you? Because I just would stick him on one side of the ball. Like, I really think I would just make him a DB and then throw him in on receiver, or maybe full-time receiver and then make him DB. This flip-flop stuff is like, you're getting worse of both worlds now in the NFL. You can do it in college. This is why no one has done it in 35 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
Could it change? Yeah, but I think they're letting him down, and it's way too good of a player. Like, so the vibes are off, like you said, in Jacksonville. I don't know if Liam Cohen likes this team that he inherited so late. Like, I don't know if he loves Trevor. He was barely biting his tongue on Brian Thomas. Like, just weird vibes, and really an inexcusable loss for Jacksonville.
Yeah, this is a loss that
it's going to kill them.
Makes zero sense, because of when you put in, like, if this is the game that happens 31-27, you just look at it and you're like, oh, they barely lost on
Burrow
the road.
outscored them. Yeah.
We move on. It is the Jake Browning, and then all of this just or whatever that word is, something area. I don't even know what that word is.
Gray area?
No, what's the additional area, like side of it? Not preliminary, but like it ends in an area somehow. I don't know, whatever that word is. That there was just so many things going on. Like, I don't know. The Brian Thomas thing, when I was watching this game, first going to Joe Burrow, I didn't know. I knew it happened, but I didn't see the replay of the hit.
Oh.
He was getting hit so much.
He was getting hit so much.
That's got to be the hit. And then he would get up.
I know.
And then he'd be slow to get up even sometimes. You're like, that's got to be the hit. And like here, and it never happened. Brian Thomas, early in the game, got like wrapped up. It was just like a route. He was going across the middle, and he got like tackled and like bent weird, and then a guy came over and just nailed him in the head. And it wasn't really talked about like how weird of a hit it was.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I didn't know if maybe that threw something off, because I hadn't seen anything about it, and I guess they're saying it goes back to preseason. But that I was looking at that knowing what I saw now, and I wondered if that changed anything for him. But that's I don't know what it's like to be a receiver in the NFL or at really any high level or any level of football, really. But I feel like the fear of being hit is the thing that you like can't overcome.
That's tough. Dude, that's tough. That's a tough one.
I don't know how you overcome that one.
Yep.
I feel scared trying to catch the football because of how important it is, blah, 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 whatever. Like the fear of being hit, like every time you're catching the football, because he's just looking upfield. So yep. I don't know what that is. Trevor Lawrence, I feel like Liam Copeman he just hates it. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just weird vibes.
It's weird. And yeah, there was one thing, the Travis Hunter, like to have 2 tackles and only 3 interceptions, it makes zero sense. I would just kind of say, Travis, which one do you like better? You know, which one do you think you're better at? And you have to pick one, because it's really hard to be great at. It's really easy to be good at multiple things, but it's really hard to be great at multiple things. It's a lot easier to be great at one thing. And he has the ability to be great at either of these things. I just think that you need to make it easy on him. And sure, maybe you have some Travis Hunter packages where it's like, you know what? We're going to bring him on the field on offense maybe a couple times a game, and we'll see what happens.
Oh.
But
I love Baker Mayfield. Sorry.
I'm delayed, I assume, so I'm about to see this play. I have to look up. I need to get a new setup in here. Oh, wow. Oh, he's hurt?
Yep. No, he got up.
Oh.
He's just the man. He's just the man.
I love that. But yeah, I guess that's the Jaguars talk. Bengals wise, do you think that they trade anybody, or do you think they just go Browning?
Quarterback wise, no. I mean, if I'm the Bengals, I think I would have real conversations about this year, and I would try to trade people. Like it's time to maybe not Hendrick, like maybe one of Hendrickson or T. Like you have to be real about what the season is now. At best, they're 500 when Joe gets back, and maybe that's enough to get in the playoffs, and you can try to make a run with him getting back in December. But like, I don't know, man. I'd load up on picks and assets and draft some damn linemen or get money back to get linemen.
Yeah.
Like I think they keep Browning. Maybe, I mean, Jameis. That's the only guy I could think of if they wanted to try to win. But that's probably the only guy, right? Jameis.
Well, yeah, that's why I was curious, because I didn't know if it was Giants Twitter talking about trying to get something. But also, like, what would we get? A 6th rounder? Like,
yeah, 6th rounder.
Anyways,
I don't know.
That's
sucks
a
for them.
conversation, but we can move on. The hype train left Cincinnati, and no one was aboard.
No, that's sad. Let's get to awards. We can touch on any other games after this. Offensive player of the week. Who's your offensive player of the week?
Tucker Kraft. When we talk about this Green Bay team, another just dominant performance that I was traveling, so I really didn't get to watch it. It felt like another game, just monitoring it, that they probably should have won by a lot more. Mm-hmm. But, Tucker Kraft goes out there, has 6 receptions, 124 yards, and a touchdown off 7 targets. That's scary because we know their run games go with Josh Jacobs. Their wide receiving core was always a question mark, but they're starting to get guys. And if a guy like Tucker Kraft can just pop up and be an option for Julian Love, I mean, this team just keeps going to keep rolling. So he deserves a major shout out. Don't forget about that performance on Thursday night.
No, I mean, I'm sorry to Will and Price. Like, I don't know what else we can say about this team right now. It's the most impressive first 2 weeks that any team has put together so far. Like, the Bills and Ravens are in 2 different realms. Like you said, I agree with that still. But as far as, like, the hype and what a team could look like, the Packers have checked every single box. They're fast on defense. They're well coached. Love looks healthy. Tucker Kraft adds another element. They're terrifying. This team's absolutely terrifying. So it was impressive.
Yeah, and real quick on your comment, you're like, they're the most impressive team. I guess you can say the Bills and the Ravens. Personally, I always just separate the AFC and the NFC. Like the Bills and the Ravens are completely different than the conversation with the NFC. And when we talk about the NFC playoff picture, I mean, we'll get into the Eagles, but the NFC stinks.
The NFC stinks. The NFC's bad again. Yeah, right now it's the Packers to lose. I don't care after 2 weeks to say that. Like that's how much better they look than everyone in the NFC right now.
Yep.
Mine's Amon-Ra. The Ben Johnson revenge game for him. He obviously came out ready to go. 9 catches, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Unbelievable performance by Amon-Ra. Defensively, defensive player of the week, I'm going with Xavier Watt. 7 solo tackles, 3 pass deflections, and a pick. The rookie out of Notre Dame. Atlanta, they've been dying for pass rush for 10 years. They draft 2 guys in the first round. We're like, what is Atlanta doing? And, man, they looked smart last night. Like, they had 9 sacks. They were all over the place. JJ is hurt now. I feel like this is kind of a Bryce Young, hey, take a seat for a second and let's settle you down because this looks pretty bad. I mean, that game last night was horrific, but credit to the Falcons defense for coming after it. And, like, the offense had to do nothing but kick field goals, and that's all they did. So credit to Xavier Watts and this Falcons defense.
Yeah, I didn't look at this game at all. Everyone was saying don't watch it, so I just didn't even bother to.
Awful.
But it sounds like there may have been some JJ overreaction. But also, he did just have a kid.
He had
and I think he was just
quarterback had a kid Thursday. Like, yeah, I think
short week. Let's die down. Also, I think that's look. You're gonna have these games for rookie quarterbacks.
It's fine.
But yeah, I didn't care to watch that game at all.
No.
Didn't even monitor it.
You missed nothing. Your
defensive player of the week, I'm going Josh Simmons, the most impressive defensive play that there was of the weekend. For those of you who missed it, Travis Kelce batted it up into the arms of a Philadelphia Eagle who then gets chased down, defensive back, who gets chased down by Josh Simmons to make a play on the sidelines. I believe that was that the one that ended up in the tush push? Or did they stop him with a field goal? No,
yeah,
it did end up with a tush push. It did. But for a second there, I think that they had like a big third down play. Anyways.
Incredible play, man.
Incredible play. I think that situations like that don't get talked about enough in football. But yeah, that brings us to the other side for the NFC conversation. Like, the Eagles are a weird team. I think that people are overreacting a little bit, because they don't need to do much more. It's like, well, the offense is literally just run the ball and like Hurts doesn't do anything. He hasn't thrown a pass between 10 and 20 yards yet this year. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't have to. Like, that's the thing. So I think there is a bit of an overreaction, but they're just underwhelming. They're going to play the game that they need to this way. I'm curious to kind of see what happens when they play. I think there's 3 teams that you could say are on their level right now. Bills, Ravens, and Packers. They don't play...
Yeah, the Rams this week will be interesting.
Any of them till November.
Yeah.
So who knows what can happen, but I'm not worried about it. One thing that has been interesting, I'm curious to get your thoughts, I feel like I can't talk about the tush push because I just hate the Eagles so much. What are your thoughts on the tush push?
I think the tush push ended yesterday. I think running it 7 times is insane. I don't like the play, but I don't care enough to complain because they had a chance to end it. Like, the owners had the vote. They had a chance to end it. They didn't. And now you're like, wait, this play's unstoppable. It's like, yeah. Oh, the Texans just blocked the punt. It's like, yeah, we've been talking about this play being unstoppable for a year. Like, the end zone one ended it. Like, that was such a bad... Everyone went early. Yeah. Like, it's the refs can't see a damn thing. The players are going early. I don't want to say I don't like it because, like, no one else can do it, so it's unique. No one else can do it, but you had a chance to end it, and you should have ended it. This summer, it's going to be gone, but hell, it might help the Eagles winning another Super Bowl. Like, Schefter said, that was a ridiculous comment. He was like, this game was lost in March. The Eagles win games more than just because of the tush push, but running it 7 times is insane. It is insane. So it's going to end this year, but yeah, it's not going to be stopped for another year.
Yeah, I think that this week is where it went beyond it's unstoppable.
Yes.
It was one thing when it was like when the conversation was it's unstoppable and it's not fair that they can do it and no one else can. Like you said, it comes down to uniqueness.
Yeah.
Now it's okay, this is not, and I'm curious what the NFL does in terms of the refs, but every single offensive lineman is offsides. Every single offensive lineman went early. Every play. And
They're
I don't
gonna get
know if
flagged
that's
the
the
first
first
time,
time we
next one.
didn't. Yeah, I don't know if that's the first time we didn't catch it because they're going to be like, all right, let's look at the alignment, and they're just going to
Yep.
flag them for offsides every
They're going to
time.
flag them. Yep.
And as they should. But on the other side, like Eagles fans are getting mad because the lineman went early in Kansas City just to punch the football. And it's like,
Right.
well, if they're not, if they have no idea what's going on, if it looks like a fumble, they're just going to say it's a fumble.
Right.
So I don't think Eagles fans can complain. I think it's fair. I think the criticism now changed from this is unstoppable. It's not fair that only one team can do it and somebody's going to get hurt too. Wait a minute. We're just like not focused on the rules right now. So we'll see what happens there. But
I think Philly, like you talked about with Jalen Hurts not throwing a pass, everyone talks about how boring the Chiefs are now. I think that's more of just personnel. The Eagles are more in that Patriots phase of like, we don't really care about the regular season. We know how to win. We're more talented than everyone. So we're just going to win by one every game for like, we could care less. We're going to run the clock out to end every game and move on to the next one. And we'll see you in the playoffs. Like they're just at that mode. They're so talented. Oh my God, Stroud. Sorry. This game's insane. I just don't think the Eagles care. Like I really don't. So I'm not worried about them. The Chiefs, we're going to do a segment next week or for the preview requested by Chiefs fan Zoko on the 0-2 Chiefs. All I'm going to say before that is I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. Yeah, that passes.
oh my
Bad.
God, that looked like me in 7th grade.
That was
That
bad.
was more of it.
But yeah, we'll talk about the Chiefs more in the preview, but all I'm going to say now is I'm not worried. Like, their two best players are out.
Yeah.
And Kelsey's not the guy. Like,
You lost by one possession to the Chargers in Brazil and the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yep.
Like if they start 1-3, it's like, oh, you lost to the Chiefs, Chargers, and Ravens. Like, so
without Worthy and Rashi
yeah,
Rice. Like,
I'm not worried about them at all. Yeah, that they lost. I will say I did not say I was the biggest fan of the free T-shirts that they're wearing, but that's a different conversation.
what are you doing?
Yeah, that was stupid. Like they should
almost killed people.
suspend him 2 more games just for the team wearing that T-shirt.
That was insane.
But yeah, I'm not worried about the Chiefs. Kelsey, like this eventually was going to happen. Now I maybe have to get Taylor Swift to my screen less. So, but if I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm perfectly fine where we're at. And also, that seems like a team that you don't want to like piss off.
Nope. Stay quiet. I agree.
So they're going to get pissed off now.
Yeah. My award on the miscellaneous is the duo in LA. Devontae Adams, 6 catches, 106, and a touchdown. Puka, 8 catches, 91 yards, and then a 40-yard rushing touchdown. I thought the Titans might have a chance here. It was close. They were winning in the first half. Going into the second, the Rams are really good. They're a really good team. They don't make mistakes. And Puka-Devontae duo is just pretty unfair right now. It's the plays when you need it. Third down, end of games. They have 2 guys that can make those plays. So they're fun to watch.
Yeah, that's a good one. My miscellaneous, credit to me for giving it to a Cowboys player. Brandon Aubrey deserves something. 4 for 4, a 64-yard field goal to go to overtime, and then I believe a 46-yarder to win the game. Curious to see what happens because I think we could argue that this is the best kicker we've seen talent-wise in the NFL's history.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And he has a crazy backstory. I would encourage everyone to go listen to it because it kind of makes everyone a fan of him. I just don't know what it'd be like to just say, and I feel like the Giants, like Graham Gano has been great for us, but just imagine being like, yeah, if we get the ball at midfield, like we're fine. And when it comes down to games like this, where it's just like, especially with the modern kickoff, like you get 1 first down, you're in field goal range.
Like I think Shane must have watched the game because Schottenheimer ran the ball, and you're like, why would you run the ball? You should throw it. And Schottenheimer's like, I got a dude who can hit from 70. Like, I don't really care about this play. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even blame Schottenheimer for doing it. I really don't. He's unbelievable.
No.
Very classy of you. Before the Bozo Dubbed Over award, let's just make sure we touch on anything else. Cardinals 27, Panthers 22. Any thoughts?
I can't believe that the Cardinals let them back in that game.
When
I
you
had
doubt,
no thoughts, though.
that's what happens when you doubt the king. He was not great again. We're officially worried.
There was so many flags also in that game.
Yes. Patriots Dolphins. That game was about as weird as expected.
Really cool picture of Vrabel running down the sideline.
Phenomenal. And 49ers Saints. Shanahan let Mac Jones throw it 39 times, which is hilarious. He loves him.
Yeah, and he looked like a Pro Bowler.
It's great. Okay, let's get to the Bozo Dubbed Over Award. The Bozo Dubbed Over Award sponsored by Nathaniel Hackett and Brandon Staley. Who is joining the list this week, Justin?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up the stats right now, but of course I didn't have it screenshotted. There's only one person. I tweeted out in the first quarter. Let me get my exact tweet here. I've never awarded the Bozo Award so fast on a Sunday, but congratulations to James Hudson for this week's Bozo Dubbed Over Award. That was tweeted at 1:27. He had, I thought it was like 5 penalties, but it was 4 penalties.
It was 4, yeah.
2 personal fouls, 2 false starts. He let up a sack in 1 drive of football. We had 115 yards of total offense that drive, and we only got 3 points because James Hudson simply couldn't stop messing up. I know we talked about it earlier, so I don't need to get too much into it, but my God, I have never, ever seen anything like that in any level of football in my entire life, from 3rd grade football, like we had mentioned, all the way to the pros. Truly insane. I don't know how he wasn't cut in the middle of that or like coming off the field. I tweeted out, I think that he should be cut in the first quarter, and he had 2 more penalties that drive after I tweeted that. So just an insane situation.
I kept copy and pasting your text, the 110-yard drive. Like, there were so many. I couldn't believe it. I was firing them to people. I'm like, no one's watching the Giants game. I'm like, hey, you need to know what's going on right now because we're hitting unprecedented territory. It was awful. Yeah, I'm sorry. It sucks when it's your own team, and you literally called it at 1:05 on Sunday. So that's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Caleb Johnson. I feel bad, but I don't. Look, the new NFL kicking rules are weird. I get it. It's not college. You can't. He's a rookie. You have to go get the ball. Like, I can't remember the last time in the NFL we've seen a touchdown like that where the other team just grabbed the ball in the end zone. Like, I don't know when we've seen it. It changed the game. It's, the whole, you can't blame it on one player. I'm gonna go ahead and blame the Pittsburgh Steelers loss on Caleb Johnson. That was. I don't know if it was like, are you supposed to coach that? Like, I just feel like that's pretty obvious. So I guess you're supposed to tell him you have to grab the ball. I feel like I don't know. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, I've not been in an NFL like special teams room, so I don't know. I feel like we would review it.
Yep.
But then you take it for granted and maybe you feel like you don't need to.
I don't know.
And this is a great reminder, but it has to come up eventually at some point, right? Like when you're practicing these things and he just lets it go.
It had to have.
I don't know what that. There's a lot of just looking. That had to have been a very silent moment on this. Like everyone's just kind of looking around. Because then also you have to think about It's not only on the head coach, the special teams coach, the player, the guy who like looks at him to kind of tell him what to do or not, like see what he's doing. I feel like he should grab the football. I don't know. I feel like you can go a lot of places.
The Seattle player who grabbed it in the end zone was so confused he didn't celebrate right away, even when they called touchdown. Like, I think he was so confused by what the Pittsburgh player was doing when he got it. He was like, I don't know if this means anything.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, no, that's a touchdown. Like,
you just act like you belong, then people accept you. And Caleb Johnson was just like acted like the play was dead. So
it was unreal, man. Unreal. But yeah, that's my Bozo Dubbed Over. So
that's a good one.
Texans take the lead in the fourth quarter here. They're going for 2 with 2:10 left. Been a very low-scoring defensive brawl. Raiders to follow at freaking 10 o'clock. Preview coming up for week 3 next. Justin, another week of football in the books. Any closing thoughts?
Enjoy it, guys. You know, it's only week 3. I know for some of us the season feels like it's really, really long. But I guess enjoy the football, and I just can't see how rock bottom just keeps getting lower. I don't know.
Head up, chin up. There's always next week. Burke, take us out.